All right, guys. Good morning. It's Melissa here. What am I up to? I am getting ready to go to the dentist. It's been a little while and I was going to go, what was it? Not that long ago, and they didn't accept Medicaid, and then I was going to pay cash and something else happened. So I am getting my teeth cleaned today. Actually, just the left side, and then I have to make another appointment for the right side. So I am doing that today. And then I'm going to the library. I had tried to file on my phone last night and it wasn't working. So I'm filing with the Supreme Court, fighting for my marriage, not based on my husband, because my husband has been a total jerk. I thought he was kind of like kidding because he's like, I'll teach you never to say the word divorce again. When he was the one who actually brought the word divorce in our marriage because he listened to his mother instead of listening to God. So a lot of men um, don't want to obey God. They don't want to do what the Bible says. And I have family that's unsaved, but I'm not talking about, a husband who's unsaved. I'm talking about a husband who knows better and once saved, always saved. So he just doesn't want to obey God and do what God says. So he's living in misery, and a man who leaves his family is not normal. So I was talking to one of my sons yesterday, and I'm like, "You just need to forgive, your dad. He left us all." And he's like, "No, I'm not forgiving him." And I'm like, "Yeah, but you gotta, because you gotta realize, there's something wrong with him to do this. He's sick right now." And my mother used to say the same thing about her mother. When I was growing up, like my mother would be called dummy, stupid, etc. from my grandmother. And one day my mother says, "Why do you call me that? Why do you do that to me?" And she's like, "I don't know why. I just call you that." So, like my father used to be like, "Why do you keep going over to your mother's if she's always, rotten to you, basically?" And she's like, "Well, because she's my mother, right?" So she tried to honor her mother, but sometimes honor, like my mother-in-law was like, "You're supposed to honor your father and mother." When she was attacking me, and my husband said, "Hey, I'm going to stand up for my wife. We got a pastor involved. You're trying to control our lives. This is my wife. You're supposed to leave your parents and cling to your wife, right?" So he wrote his mother a letter, and she's like, "You're supposed to honor your parents." We stand before God and only God, right? So the choices we make is between us and God. And a husband is told to leave his parents. That's the way it's supposed to be. It's not cling to mommy, get mommy's approval. I've talked to people and they're like, "How old is he?" He's not like a teenager, right? And I'm like, "No, no." And they're like, "What is wrong with him?" And so when you are looking to your parents for approval or money, or, you're not totally independent, that's not honoring your parents, right? So my mother used to say, you know, she used to complain about her mother all the time. She used to tell us, "Well, she did this." And my Uncle Bill would be like, "Lee, why do you even go over? You go over, you get this garbage, and then you complain about it." So my mother was trying to process it. She was trying to deal with it. She was trying from the heart to figure out what the problem was, with her and her mother. So eventually she just said she knows not what she does. She just kind of had to forgive her mother. And I'm thinking, what do you mean she doesn't know what she does? I just saw her intentionally doing that. So she's like, "Yeah, but she doesn't